cash in a flash.
So you need cash now, you don't know how. No time to waste, need a loan at a pace. Get cash in a flash.
Wait no more. Accel Finance has the Express loan just for you. The first ever Express loan known by thousands for over 10 years. So walk in today and within 24 hours, you can get your Express loan approved and your cash in a flash.
Cash in a flash. So when you need cash now, Accel Express loans is how you can get your cash in a flash.
Terms and conditions apply.
Visit any Accel Finance branch for your Express loan today.
Get cash in a flash.
Affordable quality products delivered to you via superb service. We are Superb Distributors, wholesalers and authorized agents for trusted products you know and love, like Rika Juices, Pure Heaven products, Bibin diapers, New Bright laundry detergent, Allegra pasta, and more.
Contact Superb Distributors at 435-2948 for superb quality and service.
Ever wonder how water goes from its natural source to coming out of our tap crystal clear and safe to drink? Well, let me introduce you to NAWASA! Grenada's National Water and Sewage Authority. They are the water wizards behind it all. Yay! A whopping 95% of all water comes from surface sources. This water might look muddy now, but wait until you see the transformation. First, they add a non-toxic chemical to the water. This brings particles together, forming clumps in a process called coagulation. Next, a gentle stir helps the particles come together. This is called flocculation. Gravity does its thing and the clumps settle to the bottom. This is sedimentation. Then the water is passed through a bed of sand. This filtration removes up to 95% of bacteria. See the difference? Now our water is clear and nearly bacteria free. Lastly, chlorine is added for disinfection, killing any remaining bacteria and making the water safe to drink. And that, my friends, is how NAWASA brings pure, refreshing water from their surface sources to our pipes, our wash pan, our buckets, whatever you think about.
This advertisement is the first in a series showcasing NAWASA's operations. Stay tuned for more in-depth insights into our services and initiatives.
Today we go mash it up. 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 You can't stop the unstoppable. You can't move the unmovable. You can't move the unmovable. You can't break the unbreakable. You can't break the unbreakable.
Infinite Contractors and Machinery. We are your one-stop engineering and consultancy company with experience locally, regionally, and internationally. We provide excavation services and engineering consultancy, construction of residential and commercial structures, civil works such as drainage, retaining walls, roads, concrete patio services, paving services, concrete driveway services, remodeling and renovation, painting services, styling services, and so much more. Ask about our rental services of excavators, heavy equipment, metal formwork, and steel prop. Contact us today via telephone number 537-9675 or email infinitecontractors19@gmail.com.
Diamond Intercontinental Jewelry Store now has amazing deals, special discounted prices on wedding sets, watches, and selected jewelry. We sell top brand jewelry and watches like Citizen, Guess, and Klein, and G-Shock, all at the best prices in Grenada. We also buy scrap gold and offer the best deals and customer service on the island. Opening hours Mondays to Saturdays, 9:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. Diamond Intercontinental Jewelry Store, located at the Esplanade Mall, St. George's, Grenada. Visit our brand new remodeled store or call us on telephone number 414-3114, 232-1234 or WhatsApp 533-1581. Sale is on for a limited time only. Oh, yes, and of course, we got to say hello and welcome to everyone tuned into another Mikey Live program. My name is Mikey Hutchinson, and of course, the pleasure is mine to be back with you for another day. Of course, to tell you what's taking place in Grenada and possibly other parts of the world, if it's necessary. We woke up to the news that veteran broadcaster Lou Smith passed away. Of course, that would have broken the hearts of many, given that he was the voice that many looked forward to at mornings and at evening times when his shift was in the evening time, and even when it came to news and as well beyond the headlines. He will be greatly missed. We have a statement from the Media Workers Association of Grenada. GRENLEC receives a payout of $9.3 million US dollars. That's the equivalent of 25.1 million EC dollars. To support repairs to Grenada's electricity transmission and distribution systems. Like an insurance policy, so we're getting money. Prime Minister Honorable Dickon Mitchell is to host a conference, a press briefing on Thursday. That is tomorrow. All right, and he's going to be discussing a lot of things, including Senator Jonathan Lacret. Honorable Jonathan Lacret. We'll talk to you about that. Arisa gives back over $2.1 million in dividends and loan interests rebates to its members. We're going to hear from the Traffic Department of the Royal Grenada Police Force and other things we'll tell you about. All right, so when we come back, we're going to talk about the business. Also got word that there's a man that is missing. I think he's actually from Paradise, St. Andrew. Went out to sea, and the last word that I got is he's missing. So I'm waiting for an update on that. But we'll tell you more. Folks, Headlines is brought to you through the kind compliments of Quartz Grenada Limited, Digital NAWASA, Real Value IG Supermarket, Superb Distributors, Infinite Contractors. We've got Real Value always doing things, and they've got their weekly specials on again. Check out the supermarket, all right? And of course, we have brought to you through the kind compliments of Accel Finance, folks, of course. We'll tell you more. Someone sharing tonight's program will receive some free credits, compliments digital. That lucky person might just be you. We are coming back. Share the business.
It's the Quartz Appliance event. Cook it, fry it, bake it on a new Mabe stove for only $1,799. Stack it, pack it, and chill it with a Frigidaire 4-mount fridge for $2,749. Laundry piling up? Wash it, spin it, dry it in a Frigidaire 17-kilogram washing machine top, only $2,399. Get it now and pay later. It's the Quartz Appliance event, only at Quartz, bringing value home. Offers end July 24th, 2024. Conditions apply.
Save water! Save water!
A good setter, save water. True regular, save water. Masquerader, save water. Real regular, save water.
Why? Shower in 5, not 45. Brushing your teeth, use a cup of water. Don't leave the tap open, this matter.
Save water!
Don't let your water bill get too high. Save the water that falling from the sky. Give it up! Hey, full up the barrel.
Yeah!
Full up all the barrel.
Yeah!
Full up all the barrel.
Save water!
Okay, so welcome back, family members. And of course, the first thing that we want to tell you about is the passing of a media icon, Lou Smith. We learned of this morning. Yeah, and I know that a lot of people were saddened by this. The Media Workers Association sent out a press release saying that the Media Workers Association of Grenada expresses deep sadness over the passing of media icon Lou Smith. On behalf of the Media Fraternity of Grenada, we offer our heartfelt condolences. Lou Smith, a brother, a teacher, a friend, undisputedly the most distinguished broadcaster of the last 50 years, died on Wednesday morning at the Grenada General Hospital. He was 74 years old. Born Llewellyn George Smith, at the Green Street, St. George's native, he blazed the trail, they say, of broadcasting excellence in the last 70s and 80s, and
or the later part of the 70s, and then moving over to the 80s. Alright, later becoming a mentor to many youngsters and many young journalists and broadcasters. Lou Smith served as news director and program director at the former Radio Free Grenada and Radio Antilles in Montserrat, 1983 to 1986. He traveled extensively with former Prime Minister Maurice Bishop, reporting on his visits abroad. His career in broadcast journalism also included service at the regional correspondence for the Voice of America. He was a correspondent for them, and the VOA and the Caribbean News Agency, 1986 to 1990. He was also news director at Discovery Television Grenada and the Radio Grenada. All right. Yeah, boy. He will be missed. Now we are telling you that it seems to be good news for GRENLEC. You know, they received a payout. Yeah, you know, the storm passed and things got them, destroyed and stuff, and they were part of an insurance policy. Yeah, we get money. So the Grenada Electricity Services Limited, they received their insurance payout of 9,323,275 US dollars. That's approximately 25.1 million EC dollars from CCRF following the passage of the Hurricane Beryl. Now, in addition to damage to infrastructure, housing and ecosystems, Beryl also caused damage to Grenada's electricity transmission and distribution systems, which are managed by GRENLEC itself. So GRENLEC became a member of the CCRF last year. Last year! You understand? When it purchased CCRF parametric insurance product for electric utilities. Launched in 2020, the CCRIFS's parametric insurance product for electric utilities limited the financial impact of devastating tropical cyclones by quickly providing financial liquidity to electricity utility companies when a policy is triggered. So the product covers direct damage to the transmission and distribution that T&D components of electric power systems due to the impacts of the winds. So we were able to capitalize on that. We get money and we good to go. You understand? Good. So, what's breaking the internet? What's creating all the talk? Prime Minister Honorable Dickon Mitchell, we have learned, will host a media briefing tomorrow, August 1st, 2024. Attorney General Senator Honorable Claudette Joseph and Senator Honorable David Andrew will also be in attendance. The following will be discussed. A, the chairmanship of CARICOM and the hosting of the 47th regular meeting of the Conference of Heads of Government of the Caribbean Community, which concluded today. That concluded yesterday, actually. Also, to be discussed, the recalling of the appointment of Senator the Honorable Mr. Jonathan Lacrette, the Minister for Youth and Sports. What happened? There are many speculations out there, but we will hear the government's side of the story. Will we hear from Lacrette's side? You never know. I know he's very vocal when he needs to be, so it is not totally impossible. Also, they will be giving updates on the relief assistance, the rebuilding, and restoration efforts in the aftermath of Hurricane Beryl. As well, the end of the firearms amnesty and the entry into law of the Firearms Amendment Act number 2. There will be an update on education matters and the resumption of school in September. So that press briefing will happen at 10 a.m. The venue for that will be Grenada House of Parliament Conference Room. And persons can join us on Facebook, on YouTube, and so on for that live press conference. It will be very, very interesting. Go. You know, people like me, all they're going to hear is about what's going on with Lacret. You know, the politics in Grenada are different. Right. So let's go. So the Ariza Credit Union, they are boasting that its membership has received a substantial payout, totaling, check it out, $2.185 million, representing $1.183 million in dividends payments and $1.2002 million in loan interest rebates. Now, according to a release, this comes following a successful fiscal year ending December 31st, 2023, during which the company reported a surplus of $12.672 million EC dollars. Yeah, is that doing good? You understand? It says after fulfilling all statutory and other financial obligations, Ariza had an unallocated balance of $8.237 million. You understand? Outgoing chairman of the Ariza board of directors, that's Lydon Bob, made the announcement during the company's annual general meeting last week that this year's loan interest rebates represents the highest payout in the company's history, reaching 3%. You understand? Ariza CEO Mervyn Lord emphasized the significance of such achievements, saying while it's wonderful to achieve a healthy surplus, it's even more rewarding to share the benefits with the members itself. Now, the AGM also marked the end of service for 3 board members, that is Otis Gay, Claudette James, and Lyndon Bob, who each completed 2 consecutive 3-year terms. I mean, already working, man. Yeah, I find either anyway, lady that talk. Either PR turn up too, yo. Yeah, it's a PR turn up. Understand? Anyway, there you go. PR makes a difference. Public relations makes the difference. Okay, so let's go. The traffic department of the Royal Grenada Police Force said that they'd like to notify the general public, in particular motorists, that the Carnage Public Road from Central Police Station to NAWASA building will be closed to vehicular traffic. This will be from 6 p.m. on Thursday, 1st August to 1 a.m. Friday, 2nd August. The closure, the RGPF says, is necessary to facilitate a carnival-like activity in the area. During the period of the closure, motorists wishing to get to the town St. George from Tantine Public Road to Port Highway may do so via Luther's Lane. Vehicular traffic exiting Baines Alley from Green Street will not be allowed to make that right turn towards Hughes Street. Drivers must make a left turn onto HWA Street and continue towards Tantine Public Road. Business operations in that area, you're encouraged to take necessary precautions to protect your premises. What kind of a like activity talking about? What did I miss? Friday 2nd? What's happening there? On Carnage? Maybe I'm living under a rock. I don't know. I haven't heard about that. Anywho's, we heard of a man who went into water. So he's actually from Paradise. He went into the sea this afternoon and is yet to be found. Not on a boat. He just went out. So we are actually waiting for confirmation. Last thing I heard is that the Coast Guard was contacted to provide assistance in locating the individual. That has not been successful in terms of the locating of the, well, at least up to the time that I came on. All right, we'll be able to provide an update for you a little bit later, maybe tomorrow, God's willing, or something like that. We're moving on. The next thing that we have to tell you about, boy, the leaders, CARICOM heads, something like that. They are calling on all CARICOM citizens to be part of the solution by reporting crimes and by refusing to support criminal activities, recognizing that crime and violence affect all. Now, the CARICOM heads of government says that they're deeply concerned about the level of crime and violence that is happening here in the region. They also spoke of gun-related violence, the escalating situation of gun-related violence happening in the region. You understand? There are two statements that the heads put out so far. It speaks to what takes precedence in those meetings, or took precedence in those meetings. One having to do with gun violence, and the other one is Cuba. You understand? Yep. Now, they're saying this is fueled in part by firearms and ammunition trafficking. You understand? So we need to nip it in the bud. The leaders are particularly concerned about the impact of crime and violence on young people and children. And the Prime Minister was saying that they have found that about 50% of the crimes that take place in some of these countries, like gangs and stuff, are done so by children. Children. The Prime Minister at an event today, the launch of the HYPE program to support young people, happened at Marian. He was saying that, they have found, based on the data, young people, children, involved in gangs and gang violence, and not necessarily Grenada, but where you have high crimes happening in the region. You understand? And that's a serious problem. You see, when there are crimes and violence happening, the economy, it gets a shock, a jolt. You understand? That we could do without. Nobody don't want to go no way. You understand? All them kind of thing. Tourism is impacted, so once you have crime, it's problems. News out! Jamaican star Vybz Kartel free! Released from behind bars. You understand? The Jamaican Court of Appeal ordered Vybz Kartel and his 3 co-defendants to be freed after the ailing dancehall star spent years behind bars. So in a unanimous decision today, the court decided against a retrial in the murder of Clive Lizard Williams, whose body was never found. Now, the stunning decision means that Vybz Kartel, Sean Campbell, and Kyra Jones, and Andre St. John be released from behind bars. So the appellants were freed. They were saying that, the judges, we conclude that the interest of justice does not require a new trial to be ordered. The court said Wednesday that there was sufficient evidence to suggest that Kartel will not be able to complete a potentially longer sentence if they were to be retried. The court cited the psychological and the financial effects that it would have on the appellants, referring to Kartel's health. You understand? So they say he need a whale. And to put him back behind bars, in other words, he's not a, So they freed him, man. And so a lot of people are celebrating. And I'm not the kind to go behind popular views, But sometimes you want to be careful with what you're saying. But I'll say this. You have to remember, people are interpreting this as he is innocent. I never heard they say that he was innocent from the crimes of which he was accused of. You understand? This man was a great dancehall artist at the time when many people liked him. And he committed a crime, according to the court at the time, and was put behind bars to serve the time for the crime. So people are celebrating his freedom because it serves them and their musical appetite. Yes, people are celebrating because it serves them and their musical appetite free. But then how do you then say that somebody else who is accused of the same crime or who commits the same crime and is found guilty by a court should be made to pay or cut off the head or to dig or hang them and so? Isn't it hypocritical? Murder is murder despite who commits it. Yeah, I can't be a hypocrite because I love somebody's song and it's nice and it serves my musical appetite. So I would appeal and advocate for their freedom while at the same time condemning somebody who does the same thing. I can't do that. You know what I mean? Yeah, I used to play songs. I love this music. But the court found that you were guilty for that crime, for taking a life. And doing it to the point where the body was never found. You understand me? Yeah, and I am okay with being the only one to speak. Well, yeah, if I am, say that I cannot support that. You understand? So anyway, that's the situation. So he's a free man, and some people are saying, come to Grenada. Like, okay. I might even be in I might even bring it live. You know, but I can't, you will not hear me, you know, advocating for the freedom of anybody because I like them more than I like the other person who did the same thing. Nope. It's not going to happen. I'm a hypocrite. Taking a break. We're coming back. When we come back, we've got for you a national report. We got some weather for you as well. We'll be back.
Cash in the flash.
So you need cash now, you don't know how. No time to waste, need a loan at a pace. Get cash in a flash.
Wait no more. Accel Finance has the Express Loan just for you. The first ever Express Loan known by thousands for over 10 years. So walk in today and within 24 hours, you can get your Express Loan approved and your cash in a flash.
Cash in a flash. So when you need cash now, Accel Express Loans is how you can get your cash in a flash.
Terms and conditions apply.
Visit any Accel Finance branch for your Express Loan today.
Get cash in a flash.
Affordable quality products delivered to you via superb service. We are Superb Distributors, wholesalers and authorized agents for trusted products you know and love, like Rika Juices, Pure Heaven products, Bibin diapers, New Bright laundry detergent, Allegra pasta, and more.
Contact Superb Distributors at 435-2948 for superb quality and service.
Ever wonder how water goes from its natural source to coming out of our tap crystal clear and safe to drink? Well, let me introduce you to NAWASA! Grenada's National Water and Sewage Authority. They are the water wizards behind it all. Yay! A whopping 95% of all water comes from surface sources. This water might look muddy now, but wait until you see the transformation. First, they add a non-toxic chemical to the water. This brings particles together, forming clumps in a process called coagulation. Next, a gentle stir helps the particles come together. This is called flocculation. Gravity does its thing and the clumps settle to the bottom. This is sedimentation. Then the water is passed through a bed of sand. This filtration removes up to 95% of bacteria. See the difference? Now our water is clear and nearly bacteria free. Lastly, chlorine is added for disinfection, killing any remaining bacteria and making the water safe to drink. And that, my friends, is how NAWASA brings pure, refreshing water from their surface sources to our pipes, our washpan, our buckets, whatever you think about.
This advertisement is the first in a series showcasing NAWASA's operations. Stay tuned for more in-depth insights into our services and initiatives.
Today we go mash it up. 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 They can't stop you unstoppable. They can't move the unmovable. They can't move the unmovable. They can't break the unbreakable. They can't break the unbreakable.
Infinite Contractors and Machinery. We are your one-stop engineering and consultancy company with experience locally, regionally, and internationally. We provide excavation services and engineering consultancy, construction of residential and commercial structures, civil works such as drainage, retaining walls, roads, concrete patio services, paving services, concrete driveway services, remodeling and renovation, painting services, styling services, and so much more. Ask about our rental services of excavators, heavy equipment, metal formwork, and steel prop. Contact us today via telephone number 537-9675 or email infinitecontractors19@gmail.com.
Diamond Intercontinental Jewelry Store now has amazing deals, special discounted prices on wedding sets, watches, and selected jewelry. We sell top brand jewelry and watches like Citizen, Guess, and Klein, and G-Shock, all at the best prices in Grenada. We also buy scrap gold and offer the best deals and customer service on the island. Opening hours Mondays to Saturdays, 9:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. Diamond Intercontinental Jewelry Store, located at the Esplanade Mall, St. George's, Grenada. Visit our brand new remodeled store or call us on telephone number 414-3114, 232-1234 or WhatsApp 533-1581. Sale is on for a limited time only.
Anywhere at any time and have it delivered to you right here in Grenada at yogo.gd.
It's the Quartz Appliance event. Cook it, fry it, bake it on a new Mabe stove for only $1,799. Stack it, pack it, and chill it with a Frigidaire 4-mount fridge for $2,749. Laundry piling up? Wash it, spin it, dry it in a Frigidaire 17-kilogram washing machine top, only $2,399. Get it now and pay later. It's the Quartz Appliance event, only at Quartz, bringing value home. Offers end July 24th, 2024. Conditions apply.
Save water! Save water!
A good feta,
save water!
true regular,
Save water!
masquerada,
Save water!
real regular.
Save water!
Why? Shower in 5, not 45. Brushing your teeth, use a cup of water. Don't leave the tap open, this matter.
Save water!
Don't let your water bill get too high. Save the water that falling from the sky. Hear me now? Hey, full up the barrel.
Yeah!
Full up all the barrel.
Yeah!
Full up all the barrel.
Save water!
This is the GIS Evening Report for Wednesday, July 31st, 2024. I am Rikisha St. Louis. In the headlines, the end of the firearms amnesty and other important matters to be discussed by Prime Minister and two of his cabinet colleagues on Thursday. We'll have details to this story and more when we return.
The Grenada Cultural Foundation, in collaboration with the St. Andrews Development Organization, SEDU, the Grenada National Preparations Committee, GNRC, and Timber will commemorate Emancipation Day 2024 under the theme, In the Spirit of Emancipation, we embrace our African identity through our cultural expressions. Are you ready to celebrate Grenada's rich cultural heritage and history of resilience? Then look out for the televised panel discussion on July 28th. Proudly don your African wear on August 1st and join the Liberation and Ancestral Freedom March from the Old Public Library to the Market Square starting at 11 a.m. Then we complete the day at the Spice Baskets and witness the reenactments of the proclamation together with our cultural presentations. And finally, look out for the continuation of the activities in Grenville on August 5th with a parade from Pearls to Grenville at 3 p.m. and the Flambeau Walk from Canal Road at 6:30 p.m. Mark your calendars and get ready to join us in celebrating Grenada's emancipation with pride and joy. See you there.
Welcome back. Prime Minister Honorable Deacon Mitchell will host a media briefing at the Grenada Houses of Parliament conference room on Thursday, August 1st, and one of the main points of discussion will be the end of the firearms amnesty and the entry into law of the Firearms Amendment Act No. 2. Prime Minister Mitchell will be accompanied by Attorney General Senator Claudette Joseph and Minister for Education Senator the Honorable David Andrew. Other major topics for discussion include Grenada's assumption of the chairmanship of CARICOM and the hosting of the 47th regular meeting of the Conference of Heads of Government of the Caribbean Community, which concluded July 30th in Grenada. The recalling of the appointment of Senator the Honorable Jonathan Lacrette, the Minister for Youth and Sports, updates on relief assistance, the rebuilding and restoration efforts in the aftermath of Hurricane Beryl, update on education matters and the resumption of school in September will also be discussed. The press briefing will begin at 10 a.m. Implementation of ICT programs and policy development and the incorporation of sustainable development in the rebuilding process post-Hurricane Beryl. These are some of the key areas of focus for the next 6 months under the chairmanship of Prime Minister Honorable Deacon Mitchell. He addressed the CARICOM's closing press conference at the Radisson Resort on Tuesday.
We intend to pursue a robust and vigorous approach to raising the necessary financing to help our member states build back and build back better. We appreciate that there has to be, in some instances, a paradigm shift in how we address the issue of resilience and sustainability, not perhaps just sticking to the conventional approaches to how you build or restore for Category 4, Category 5 hurricanes, because it's quite clear, even when they tell you a lot of these things can withstand Category 3 or Category 4 hurricanes, that when the hurricanes do come, they do not withstand them. We discussed a strategy for regional digital resilience, which I presented to my CARICOM colleagues as lead head for ICT. I'm happy to report that the strategy was endorsed and supported by member states. It is a wide-ranging strategy that treats with a number of issues that we need to confront with in CARICOM, ranging from digital integration, infrastructure and connectivity, digital skills, workforce development and capacity building, digital government, e-services and digital sectors, the policy and regulatory environment.
Outgoing Chairman, His Excellency Dr. Mohammed Irfan Ali, said CARICOM advanced a number of initiatives and priorities in 2023 and the beginning of 2024 before the passage of Hurricane Beryl. He explained that although there were many successes, Hurricane Beryl has paused several advancements toward CARICOM's 25 by 2025 goal. Climate change, sustainable development, reducing the food import bill, air and marine transportation, digital advancements all formed part of the meeting's agenda over the past 2 days. Dr. Ali reported on some of the accomplishments of CARICOM during his tenure.
We saw expansion in cultivation and expansion in production from almost every member state. So we are confident with the investments we're making and with the type of dedication and policy formulation from heads in the region as a whole, notwithstanding the challenges that are before us, we will be successful in reducing that food import bill, focusing especially on housing, digitization, upskilling, skills development, and investment in transformation of our economies. We ask that strong focus on resilience and sustainability include rebuilding our housing stock and supporting the rebuilding of the housing sector in the region. Canada was very receptive to this. For a matter of fact, in all of these areas, we're putting together a regional effort so that we can pursue these initiatives. Many countries are already working directly in a number of these areas, but we wanted to have a regional effort.
The 47th regular meeting was held from July 28th to the 30th. St. Vincent and the Grenadines Prime Minister Dr. Ralph Gonsalves calls for more private sector involvement in addressing the challenges of inter-regional transportation. CARICOM heads of government have been clamoring for years for a substitute following the demise of LIAT. The Leeward Islands Air Transportation, LIAT, established in 1956, was owned by several Caribbean governments. During the just concluded 47th regular CARICOM heads of government meeting, Prime Minister Gonsalves said the first phase of an inter-island ferry has been established for the Southern Caribbean between Guyana, Trinidad, and Barbados. The initiative will be extended to other islands.
There's been a broad interest shown in the ferry service to include Grenada to St. Vincent and the Grenadines and St. Lucia. But we need private sector input for that, and that hasn't come forth yet.
Dr. Gonsalves said more has to be done to expedite the process of replacing LIAT and addressing inter-regional travel.
It's the various initiatives in the field of air transport. None of them has actually manifested themselves yet, none of which has come about to show full fruition. But since the demise of LIAT, this has been a work in progress. There have been one or two airlines which have filled the breach to a limited extent. Caribbean Airlines has done some stuff, Inter-Caribbean has done some, Air Delphine from St. Vincent, SVG Air, and so on and so forth. But we need to have, and of course out of Antigua and Barbuda, Gaston Brown has been very heroic in seeking to revive LIAT as LIAT 2020. But we haven't filled the space yet left by LIAT, and that is humbug in interregional travel.
CARICOM Chairman Prime Minister Honorable Deacon Mitchell said for the past 3 days, heads of government discussed at length issues surrounding regional air and marine transportation. Continuing the news, Curaçao is optimistic about the benefits of being an associate member of the Caribbean community. The country became the 6th associate member on Sunday, July 28th, during the 47th regular meeting of the Conference of Heads of Government in Grenada. Prime Minister His Excellency Gilmar Pisas said the future of Curaçao is brighter now because it is a part of a unified, resilient space with shared vision for growth and development for all members. He said just as his country can benefit from the union, so too can other countries benefit directly from Curaçao in renewable energy, digital technology, climate resilience, and telecommunications.
For us, it's when you are outside CARICOM, you don't know how it works. But now that I'm associate member at Curaçao is that, we get more information, and for us it's going to be very good progress in being a unity, being together fighting against a lot of things. You can say climate change, you can say economic development, you can say IT, communication, a lot of things a lot of themes that we can be talking about. And for us as a part of the CARICOM right now, it's going to be things for Curaçao. Things are going to get better. And we are looking forward to keep working together.
The acceptance of the Dutch island as its newest member is testament to CARICOM's commitment to regional integration and cooperation. This is the GIS Evening Report. We'll have more news after the break.
Climate change is real, bringing hotter days and less rain. Less rain means less water, so it's crucial for us to conserve water at home. When washing my vehicle, I use a bucket with rainwater that I have stored. This is how I save water. What are you waiting for?
Welcome back. Premier of the British Virgin Islands, Dr. Natalio Whitley, says his government will be donating $200,000 to the Hurricane Beryl recovery efforts in Grenada. Dr. Whitley spoke with the GIS on the importance of regional unity and support in times of disasters while attending the 47th regular meeting of the Conference of Heads that concluded in Grenada on Tuesday. The BVI Premier says the assistance given to the British Virgin Islands by Grenada and other CARICOM members when Category 5 Hurricane Maria and Irma caused catastrophic destruction in 2017 did not go unnoticed.
We pledged US $200,000. We also pledged $200,000 to St. Vincent and the Grenadines. And of course, we're also going to be sending supplies, which will be coming on the island chain very soon. And of course, we're contemplating other ways in which we can support in conversation with the Prime Minister. But of course, we had to give assistance because when we were in need, our Caribbean brothers and sisters were there for us. And of course, as small island developing states, of course, sometimes you're in the world, it's like a big ocean and you're just like a little small fish in the ocean. And so we have to rely on each other because we all go through the same things. We're all threatened by these devastating, more frequent, more powerful hurricanes every hurricane season. And we have to become more resilient. Which has been a topic here at CARICOM. How do we build our resilience? How do we access more finance for building resilience, for adapting, for mitigating, to responding when you have loss and damage? And the conversations have been fantastic. But just to let the people of Grenada know, we are here for you.
St. Vincent and the Grenadines will also receive $200,000. On the margins of the 47th regular meeting of the Conference of Heads of the Caribbean Community in Grenada, Canada's Minister for International Development, Honorable Ahmed Hussein, made his first visit to the Guave fish processing facility known as Grenada Next Project. GNEX, as it is commonly known, is a Canada-funded project supported by Compete Caribbean and the Inter-American Development Bank, IDB, that has received support in forming a cooperative aimed at exporting yellowfin tuna to the international market, as well as training in the proper standards to ensure customer confidence. Minister Hussein's visit highlighted the facility's operations and affirmed Canada's pride in supporting the initiative.
I've seen firsthand how the support that Canada has provided has enabled these fishers, this cooperative, to really take their product to the next level and prepare their product in a way that has raised the standard and has enabled them to export their product to international markets, in this particular case the United States. It means more money in their pocket, it means more efficiency, because before they used to sell the entire fish, but now they're selling parts of the fish and getting rid of the unwanted parts. That means less costs for freight for them and more money because they've raised their standards, and therefore their customers are paying more for a much higher quality, better processed product.
The visits, which occurred on Monday, included Her Excellency Lillian Chatterjee, High Commissioner of Canada, along with representatives from the Ministry of Agriculture, the Food and Agricultural Organization, and the Red Cross. After witnessing the high standards of work at the facility, possible further support from Canada can be anticipated.
I've been asked by the cooperative to help them repair their lockers, to help them with more support so that they can do this even more and expand this model to other Caribbean countries, and hopefully even look at ways in which we can learn from this experience to others. So resources are always tight, but I'm happy to look at other ways we can support this cooperative, because they're doing an amazing job, and I'm very, very impressed at the collaboration between the government of Grenada, the fishers themselves, through the cooperative, the private sector, investors, Government of Canada, and the local fishers, who are, some are investors and some are partners. So it's a really big team effort, but the result is a really much more superior product compared to the past.
Following this, Minister Hussein visited Mr. Alistair McBain's farm in Waltham, St. Mark, to evaluate the approximately $200,000 in damage caused by Hurricane Beryl. He also discussed a potential Canadian assistance for land clearing and other recovery efforts.
This is a site that I'm told is replicated across Grenada in all three islands. And my visit here on this farm has allowed me to see firsthand the incredible devastation that the hurricane has caused, and how we can help people recover, not just for their immediate needs, but also hopefully contribute to the recovery of their livelihoods. And that could take the form of psychosocial support. It could take the form of providing them with immediate supplies to get through this difficult period. But we also have to consider how we can deploy Canadian assistance to help farmers like this one to clear their land and regain their livelihoods. It's the same for fishermen and fisherwomen, and we'll do everything that we can to make sure that we're there for the people of Grenada, as we have been already.
This is the GI's Evening Report. We'll have more news after the break.
The Grenada Cultural Foundation, in collaboration with the St. Andrews Development Organization, CEDU, the Grenada National Preparations Committee, GNRC, and Timber, will commemorate Emancipation Day 2024 under the theme, "In the Spirit of Emancipation, we embrace our African identity through our cultural expressions." Are you ready to celebrate Grenada's rich cultural heritage and history of resilience? Then look out for the televised panel discussion on July 28th. Proudly don your African wear on August 1st and join the Liberation and Ancestral Freedom March from the Old Public Library to the Market Square, starting at 11 a.m. Then we complete the day at the Spice Baskets and witness the re-enactments of the proclamation together with our cultural presentations. And finally, look out for the continuation of the activities in Grenville on August 5th with a parade from Pearls to Grenville at 3 p.m. and the Flambeau Walk from Canal Road at 6:30 p.m. Mark your calendars and get ready to join us in celebrating Grenada's emancipation with pride and joy. See you there.
Welcome back. The heads of government of the Caribbean community participated in a spice tree planting initiative at the Laura Herb and Spice Garden located at Lauraland, St. David, prior to the conclusion of the 3-day regional meeting in Grenada. The tree planting initiative is testimony to the will of the heads to ensure that Grenada can return to its glory days of having a significant count of spices on the island. Over 14 trees were planted, including spice, cloves, nutmeg, and cinnamon. The first 3 trees were planted by the outgoing chair of CARICOM, Dr. Mohamed Irfan Ali, President of Guyana, current Chairman, Prime Minister Honorable Deacon Mitchell, and Honorable Mia Motley, Prime Minister of Barbados. Prime Minister Honorable Deacon Mitchell took a moment to welcome his CARICOM colleagues.
I really didn't intend to say much other than to really welcome my colleagues to Laura. Welcome again to St. David, and welcome to the Minor Spice Cooperative, who, as we've pointed out, has really been staying the course in terms of promoting the continued cultivation and agro-processing of spices. I want to thank the Minister and his team for putting on this event. They insisted on it, and I think you can see why. Grenada has always been known of the Isle of Spice, and I think it's important for us to continue that tradition.
Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Agriculture, Isaac Bagwan, expressed gratitude to the heads for participating in the tree planting initiative, saying it aids the Ministry of Agriculture's continuous work on revitalizing the Laura Spice Garden.
This is a special estate for government. It's one of 5 surviving estates. Of course, the areas of the hotels have been dwindling, and as I said, this is one of the surviving estates. We have been in the process of revitalizing it. In fact, only last week, the Minister of Agriculture and a team of us were looking at these government estates to see how can we revive them and to get them to get back into production. I'm happy when our former Minister, Adrian Thomas here, when they had started the initiative last year, and with the blessings of the Prime Minister, to have a spice planting, a National Day of Spice Planting. And the natural selection was obviously here. And when the Prime Minister recently indicated that we must do and we must get our CARICOM ministers involved, then the natural choice was coming back to Laura here, because in fact it lends itself to that, being a spice and herb garden.
Minister for Agriculture, Honorable Lennox Andrews, said this planting of spices signifies the importance of Grenada's spice industry.
Grenada, known as the Isles of Spice, has a rich history intertwined with the cultivation and trade of spices. And today, we reaffirm our commitment to this legacy. Spices are more than just agricultural products for us. They are part of our identity and heritage. The unique flavors and aromas of Grenadian spices, such as nutmeg, cinnamon, and cloves, are renowned worldwide. By planting spice trees, we are not only preserving this heritage, but also securing a sustainable and prosperous future for our country.
Finally, in the news, CARICOM has endorsed the development of a digital skills fund as proposed by Chairman Honorable Deacon Mitchell, who is also lead head of Government for Science and Technology, including Information and Communication, in the CARICOM Quasi-Cabinet. The intention is to train 10,000 young men and women from within member states in various skill sets to enable them to work within the region. Prime Minister Mitchell says the idea is to gain employment globally from within the Caribbean. CARICOM will collaborate with international and regional partners to invest in the initiative.
We intend to partner with some of our international partners to fund this. CARICOM also intends to put some of its own funding in. The idea is ultimately to train 10,000 young men and women in specific digital skill sets throughout CARICOM, so that they can work in the Caribbean and not leave the Caribbean, but be able to provide their services to citizens globally. We see this as an important initiative in ensuring that we can continue to address the issues of unemployment and underemployment amongst the youth. And we had a youth representative from Grenada who eloquently and in a very articulate way raised some of the issues that affect young people. And we therefore fully appreciate that digitization, digital skills, and ensuring that we have a comprehensive digital strategy is going to be crucial if we are going to put our citizens at the forefront of the technology revolution that continues to take place. So the delegation from Antigua traveled to Grenada with St. Kitts and Dominica on their LIAT 2020 plane. So we received an update there. I can't give you specifics, but I think there's some optimism that ultimately LIAT 2020 can begin to operate and provide additional air service there. There has been an ongoing project to deal with maritime connectivity between Guyana, Trinidad and Tobago, Barbados, St. Vincent, and the Grenadines. Significant work has been going into this. The key thing is finding the appropriate vessel. The idea is to start first with cargo, because we want to certainly increase intra-regional trade, and then ultimately the movement of persons as well, but finding the appropriate open water craft that can treat with roll-on and roll-off vehicles and can treat with the type of cargo that we want to trade is still, in a sense, the biggest issue that needs to be addressed. And the team that is tasked with doing this is continuing the research on finding the right type of vessel. If that happens, then we anticipate that with the amount of work that has already been done, then the reality of this happening would then become more likely.
That story just ended the GIS Evening Report for Wednesday, July 31st. On behalf of the entire news and production team, I am Rikisha St. Louis saying thank you for joining us.
Well, thank you very much, Rikisha. Have a good one. And of course, we're heading over to the weather. As submitted by the Met Office, we can tell you that the weather is expected to be generally fair, becoming partly cloudy at times with few brief early morning showers. Tonight's minimum temperature 26 degrees Celsius, winds east-southeasterly to south-southeasterly at 5 to 15 miles per hour, becoming variable to calmer times. Seas slight to moderate with waves 2 to 4 feet in open waters. Thursday's weather is expected to be generally fair, becoming partly cloudy at times with the occasional daytime showers. Max temperature 31 degrees Celsius, minimum 26. Winds easterly to southeasterly at 8 to 18 miles per hour. Seas slight to moderate with waves 3 to 4 feet in open waters. That's our weather report for tonight and tomorrow. YouTube people, hello to you. I'm Glenora, Laverne, Suzanne, my mom, Jennifer, Keith, Shireen. Yes, Shireen, I see that. So welcome. All right. Java and the sharing committee over at Facebook. Blessings to you, Hazel, Michelle, Joyous, Liz, Jean, Adonna, Yvonne, Doris, Veronica, Tishon, Ansha, Natalia, who else? Patrick, Joyous, Jean, and everyone else. Blessings to you. Yvonne again. So, Joylyn, hello. So, guys, and Kathleen, how are you? So, we touch base again. All right, guys, take care. Let's go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We all say, Ja. No, Kyron, I see you. Have a good one. Bless up to the people in Trinidad, all right? So, take care of yourselves, and may God richly bless you and your family until we meet up again, all right? Take care, guys, and don't forget to be safe. Don't forget to check out Real Value at GA Supermarket for your weekly specials.